Welcome to Soccer Night in Detroit, close to Keyword Stadium here on Good Century, behind this beautiful soccer mural that's been there for a few years. And yes, we have a great edition of Soccer Night Detroit, the last nationally televised game on network television. Tonight, it will be Detroit City versus Louisville City, the top team in the East. You can see that game live, 3 p.m. on ESPN2 if you have cable. If you're not, and you have ESPN Plus, you can see it on ESPN Plus. And last week was really good to us, thanks to a penalty kick from the one and only Maxi Rodriguez, thanks to a handball in the box. Maxi Rodriguez converted, and we won 1-0. The first victory in almost 2 months at Keyword Stadium. But just as we thought we won, we learned that Tampa Bay scored a late game winner to beat the Pittsburgh Riverhounds 2-1. And so far, we're 4 points behind Tampa Bay for third, and two teams that are behind us is fading more than Angela Harkins in WandaVision. The Indy 11, 2 points behind, wins the last four, and the Birmingham Legion, 4 points behind, but they were winless 4 out of the last 5. So, yes, it's getting tight. They play tonight. I'm taping this on Saturday just to put it out on Sunday. You're going to hear some of it on our pregame show with Mad Cat and on Soccer Night After Hours. The first time we faced on Louisville City FC was way back in late May of this season. We got hammered 5-1. That was probably the worst loss of the season, and it was held at Lynn Family Stadium. Well, considering we haven't had luck at Lynn Family Stadium, we won, but last year, a breakthrough, we beat Louisville City at away from Lynn Family Stadium. Lynn Family Stadium. Hey, Louisville, you got a nice stadium there in Louisville, Kentucky. Lynn Family Stadium. Would it be a shame if a Midwest USLC club built a, could I say, a stadium that is better looking, good looking, and good looking than Lynn Family Stadium, huh? Well, news out. We're going to break ground. Bring a 2025 in track for 2027. And before, I'm going to ask Mad Cap this question before he take a deep dive of today's game between us and Lou City. Do you think City could build a better looking stadium than Lynn Family Stadium, huh?
Today, from historic Keyword Stadium in Hamtramck, Michigan, Detroit City FC takes on the Juggernauts. First place, Louisville City. And it is going to be one nice stadium there, Steve. Groundbreaking in spring of 2025. The club announced in a statement on Thursday. Welcome to Soccer Night in Detroit. Mad Cat here. Huge match this afternoon. Louisville City, the Juggernauts, coming into town to take on Detroit City FC. Let's go over the last 5 of this one. Detroit City 2-2-1. Lou City 4-0-1. Their last blemish was against Hartford Athletic on the road. Lou City, as you know, first in points, first in goals per match, 10 clean sheets on the year, on pace to set the single season scoring record. The last match between these two squads, a 5-1 victory by Lou City on May 29th down at Lynn Family Stadium. Detroit City scored on an early goal by Matt Sheldon, and then it was all Lou City from there. Lou City equalized. It was 1-1 at the half, and then the wheels just fell off on that night. It was a bad night down at Lynn Family Stadium. Their third loss in that building. in the history of this series. The series overall is 5-2-1 in favor of Lou City. The 2 draws, might as well say, you want to include those in there because they were penalty kick shootout wins by Lou City, including an Open Cup win here a couple years back. So the history has not been that great. Although Detroit City has won here a 2-0 victory on July 19th of 2023. Ben Moore scoring in the 5th minute of play and an own goal by Sean Touch. As you know with Lou City, you know the players, you know the game. Wilson Harris, Philip Goodrow, Brian Omby. This is a juggernaut team. Danny Cruz has put a squad together that is bound to go leaps and bounds in this league. The only thing they need is a star. They haven't won a star pre-pandemic. So the last few seasons, I mean, bowing out in the playoffs to teams like Tampa Bay, Charleston Battery, for example, even losing in the final to San Antonio back in 2022. So, you know, it doesn't mean anything. And Louisville fans will tell you this, you know, it's great that we're dominating the league. However, we need to get that star. Bottom line. Will they get it this year? Time will only tell. Them and Charleston Battery are the class of the league right now. So, you know, it's going to be between them as far as how this season's going to play out, who's going to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. That's a tight battle at the top of the schedule, or top of the standings in the USL Championship. However, we have our own battle to deal with, and that's battling for the 4th spot and a home playoff game here at Keyworth Stadium. Indy 11 helped us out doing that last night, thanks to 2 goals by Nick Marcanic, who clinched the single-season scoring mark in USL Championship. Congratulations to him on that. He notched his 26th and 27th goals in the season, leading Charleston Battery to a 3-1 victory over Tampa Bay at the at Patriots Point last night. I did mention Indy 11. They lost to North Carolina FC, another a game that directly affects us in the standings. It was a goal by Menzigan in the 19th minute and Anderson in the 77th minute that gave North Carolina all they needed to win that game. Also, Rhode Island won yesterday, so the standings as of now show Detroit City sitting in the 4th spot in the Eastern Conference. Now, with a win today, they can move 1 point closer to Tampa Bay. With a loss, they don't lose any ground. So that's a good sign there. Looking at also some championship action today, I noticed Birmingham Legion at 7th. They can't catch us, even if they win against Miami FC this afternoon. Only other one other game, Rhode Island is taking on Loudoun United. They're at 37 points, so they can't catch us either in the 4th spot. So no matter what we do today, whether it be win, lose, or draw, we sit in the 4th spot no matter what. So full recap coming up on After Hours of all the scores of the weekend that will be taking place that have taken place throughout the weekend. So stay tuned for that. Full match recap as well from here at Keyworth as we break everything down. Couple other things I want to allude to before lineups come out, which the video will come out before the lineups come out. I will attach them to the notes on the Faithful page and also on my Twitter at Motor City Mad Cat on Twitter, Soccer Night in Detroit there. You probably will not see Brett Levi's. He's been out with a rib injury, so he probably will not make the lineup. And Jasil Cedeno probably will not make the lineup as well. He's still suffering some injury problems himself. So that's another thing to allude to as the lineups get set here. But on the nutshell, tonight it is, how can I say it? Big match for Detroit City. You want a point, you hope for free. But the biggest thing at the end of the day is doesn't matter where the position's going to be because we're going to still stay in fourth no matter what. So that's going to be good. But you want to carry that momentum going to the West Coast with a big game coming up against Monterey Bay the following week, a late game. I believe that's a 10 o'clock kick out there. So, but as the season gets shorter, the games get much, much bigger on the way out. As Neil Rule would say, today is the most important game of the year until the next one. So with that, this is Mad Cat saying keep your feet in the ground and keep reaching for the galaxy.